Money isn't what most people think it is. While we often discuss wealth in terms of numbers and accounts or physical assets, these are merely symbols of something far more fundamental: the power to influence human behavior and choice. Consider what happens in any economic transaction. When you pay someone for their time, effort, or resources, you're not just exchanging abstract currency, you're exercising stored influence over human action. That influence remains dormant until activated through transaction, like potential energy waiting to be released. This understanding reveals why certain economic concepts break down under closer examination. Take universal basic income, UBI. The idea seems compassionate: ensure everyone has a basic level of resources. But if money is fundamentally about relative power and influence over human behavior, then universal distribution becomes self-canceling. It's like trying to make everyone above average, a mathematical impossibility. When we understand money as stored influence over human behavior, many economic debates take on new meaning. Wealth concentration isn't just about numbers. It represents concentrated power to direct human activity. A billionaire doesn't just have more digits in their account. They have the ability to influence thousands of people's actions, choices, and time allocation. This explains why wealthy individuals often resist pure redistribution while embracing charitable giving. In redistribution, they lose their stored influence involuntarily. In charity, they exercise their influence deliberately, choosing how their accumulated power will direct human activity. It's the difference between having power taken versus wielding it purposefully. The UBI paradox becomes clearer in this framework. Giving everyone the same base amount doesn't redistribute power. It merely shifts the baseline while maintaining or even amplifying existing power differentials. Real influence still exists, only in the gaps between levels of wealth. If everyone receives $1,000 monthly, the power to influence behavior simply moves to the ability to offer more than that baseline. Moreover, this understanding exposes why wealth often grows exponentially. Each successful exercise of influence through transaction can create opportunities for greater influence. Directing human effort creates more valuable assets. Those assets generate more stored influence. This increased influence can direct even more human activity. The cycle compounds. This cycle of influence helps explain why purely redistributive policies often fail to achieve their intended effects. When we try to forcibly redistribute stored influence, we ignore fundamental market dynamics that naturally concentrate power based on the ability to effectively direct human activity. Consider successful entrepreneurs. They demonstrate skill at coordinating human effort. This coordination creates value. Value creation attracts more stored influence or capital. Greater influence enables larger coordination. And, the cycle self-reinforces. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't necessarily negative. When stored influence or wealth concentrates in the hands of those skilled at directing human activity toward value creation, society often benefits. Think of how Henry Ford revolutionized manufacturing, Steve Jobs transformed personal computing, and Elon Musk is reshaping space exploration and electric vehicles. The key isn't the money itself, but the ability to direct human effort toward productive ends. This reveals the true problem with both extreme capitalism and extreme redistribution. Pure capitalism can concentrate influence without ensuring competent direction. On the other hand, pure redistribution can destroy the mechanism of effective coordination. The solution likely lies in recognizing wealth for what it truly is: stored influence over human activity, while ensuring this power is wielded productively. The competence principle. Reward demonstrated ability to coordinate human effort effectively. Allow natural concentration of influence where it produces value. Maintain pathways for competent new actors to gain influence. Remove artificial barriers to productive coordination. The responsibility framework. Recognize that holding stored influence is a form of social responsibility. Understand that wealth isn't just private property, but power over others. Encourage productive rather than extractive use of influence. Maintain systems that reward value creation over value extraction. The dynamic balance. Keep markets free enough for efficient coordination. Maintain sufficient rule of law to prevent pure power politics. Allow failure when influence is wielded poorly. Enable success when influence creates genuine value. This understanding transforms how we should approach economic policy. Rather than focusing on redistribution or universal basic income, we should build systems that foster productive influence by reducing barriers to market entry, simplifying business formation, rewarding value creation, and punishing rent-seeking behavior. Maintain dynamic movement by keeping markets contestable, preventing regulatory capture, enabling creative destruction, and protecting against crony capitalism. The most successful societies will be those that understand this fundamental truth. Money isn't just currency. It's concentrated human coordination potential. When we grasp this, we see why pure socialism fails, because it destroys the coordination mechanism. Unfettered capitalism corrupts. As it allows unproductive power concentration, UBI misses the mark since it can't universally distribute influence, and mere redistribution doesn't work because it ignores the competence principle. The path forward is clear. Instead of fighting against the natural tendency of influence to concentrate, we should focus on ensuring it concentrates based on competence and flows toward productive use. This means maintaining a strong rule of law, preventing corruption and cronyism, rewarding genuine value creation, and allowing natural consequences. In conclusion, wealth isn't just about having more. It's about the power to direct human activity. Understanding this transforms how we view everything from taxation to regulation to social policy. The goal isn't to eliminate power differences, but to ensure power flows to those who use it productively for society. The true measure of an economic system isn't equality of outcome or even opportunity, but how effectively it channels human influence toward productive ends.